What is up, thrill seekers? Today I am giving you my full review of Apollo's Chariot at Busch Gardens Williamsburg. So, of course, first of all, let's get into the stats. Apollo's Chariot has a max height of 140 feet tall, but a drop of over 200 feet, 210 feet to be exact, which means that by definition, it is a hyper coaster. After the drop, it reaches speeds of up to 73 miles per hour, and the full track length is 4,882 feet of track. There are, of course, no inversions on this roller coaster, just a whole bunch of airtime hills. But of course, it's still an awesome ride. So let's get into the theming of this coaster. There is pretty much no theming on this coaster. Of course, it's themed to you riding on Apollo's Chariot and soaring through the skies. But really, in the station, there's pretty much no theming whatsoever. Not in the queue line, not in the station. There's pretty much none, even if you're looking at the station, kind of like Loch Ness Monster station building looks like a castle. No, this is just generic station, like no theming at all. Which, like I say in every single video, this isn't Disney, so what are you expecting? You can't really bash it hard for the theming. Really what you have to bash it or not bash it for is the ride experience. So with that segue, let's get into the POV breakdown. So you kick off your experience on Apollo's Chariot with just going straight up the lift hill. There's no turnaround, no nothing, just straight going up the lift hill. Once you get to the top of the lift hill, you have a pretty good view to your right of the park, and to your left is just a parking lot. Go into this little pre-drop and then into the main drop, which is amazing, lots of airtime. You go into this little valley and then up into the first of many airtime hills. Go through this little shed thing, which is definitely a head chopper moment, and I actually really like it. From there you go into an airtime hill like you just saw, and a big, really big helix, which actually is pretty forceful. Yeah. From there you go up into the mid-course brake run, which doesn't really slow you down that much, which I like. So you get a lot of airtime going off of it, and then you go over this pretty decently sized airtime hill, down into like the little river creek type thing. From here, it's a tiny little dip and a bigger drop for the last drop of the ride. Then you go into the brake run. So honestly, this ride isn't very long. As you saw from the POV, it's not an insanely long ride, but it is definitely a good ride. Of course, it doesn't really do much, but I love airtime, like absolutely love airtime. Favorite elements on roller coasters to me are just the airtime hills. Just obsessed with airtime. That's why I always sit in the back of these coasters. But yeah, so this coaster to me, these B&M Hyper coasters are just really awesome. Of course, I prefer ejector versus floater, which this has basically all floater, but honestly it doesn't really bother me because it's still airtime, it's still really awesome. So for my final thoughts, I give this coaster a 9 out of 10. I'd say that it is, actually no, scratch that, a 9.5 out of 10. I think this is pretty much flawless roller coaster. It's just not really my style of ride. I like the RMCs the most because of the ejector-filled hills. But the floater hills are still amazing. This coaster is still amazing. So that's why I'm giving it a high score, but not a perfect 10. Anyways, guys, of course, that is the review finished. Leave your thoughts down in the comments below. Of course, do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? All of that stuff. Make sure to like the video and subscribe for more reviews just like this one coming out very soon. And anyways, guys, I will see you all next time. Peace out.